8 games remain in the 2023-24 NBA season, and the stakes remain high. Welcome back to the Bulls franchise, everyone. I'm Sliding Catch. We're 52-22, still the best record in the league, but the Celtics are quickly catching up to us. They've been nearly unbeatable since Jason Tatum came back, and meanwhile, we've gone 6-5 since losing Jrue Holiday. The Bulls and Celtics meet twice at the end of the season to settle who truly is the better team. But first, we play the Atlanta Hawks. They're 41-32. They've had a solid season, and the late season fatigue setting in for Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan, but it doesn't matter. No rest for the weary, as the Bulls have played themselves into a little bit of danger. The 1 seed still not entirely locked up, and it would be nice to secure home court advantage throughout the playoffs. But we come out strong against the Atlanta Hawks, and we survive a late game comeback effort. Nikola Vucevic, 25, 7, and 6, leading his team to the win. We follow that up with a game against the Rockets, and Andre Drummond, we've been without him. He returns from a strained MCL. However, Jrue Holiday still out, and he may or may not be able to play again in this regular season. If he does, it'll have to be for the last 1 or 2 games. We lose to the Rockets by 9. Nice at least to see a good 14-point game from Hamidou Diallo, but Jalen Green could not be stopped. We lose to the Pistons. That's back-to-back losses to sub-500 teams. And we scored 101 points. Not a good offensive showing. Jaden Ivey played really well. Another sub-500 team, and we can't beat the Trailblazers either. 12 points for Diallo again, but Scoot Henderson has been a rookie phenom. He has 25 and 10 to beat the team with the best record in the league. We play the Bucks, and they've been very disappointing, 38 and 40. Not what they envisioned when they traded for Lillard. And we beat them once again, this time in a nail-biter. A near triple-double for Giannis, and Lillard played well too, but that supporting cast just not pulling their weight, especially on defense. I like to get at least a quick look at all 17 players on my team throughout the season, and I'm pretty sure the only player we haven't seen yet is Justin Lewis, a two-way player, rookie out of Marquette. I forgot to call him up early in the year. I will now. He won't be playing any crunch time minutes, of course, but I want to see what he's made of. So, it's time for Game 1 versus the Boston Celtics. We are 1-1 against them so far, but they're a hard team to beat. They still have Robert Williams, Malcolm Brogdon, so Kristaps Porzingis is the power forward, creating a huge size advantage. Not to mention, Brown and Tatum have plenty of size for their positions as well. We are not the only team missing their starting point guard, as Derek White broke his left arm and is out for a while. They like to bring Malcolm Brogdon off the bench, so West Lynn's finest, Peyton Pritchard, is running point for the Celtics tonight. So yeah, we can't complain about Holiday being injured or use that as an excuse, because they've been just fine without Derek White. Zach and DeMar walking into the arena looking snazzy. It's all business for them, nothing flashy. As they've got their work cut out for them, the objective is simple. Celtics are 2 games behind in the standings. There's 3 games remaining in the season. We play them twice. So you just got to win one of these games, and you keep the number 1 seed. The easiest way to do that would be winning tonight in front of the home fans. 23 titles between these 2 teams. The Celtics obviously with 17 of those titles. But a matchup between 2 of the more prestigious teams in NBA history as far as championships, and both are top contenders to add another one to the total this coming June. Ayo Dosunmu with the ball after the Bulls win the opening tip. Patrick Williams gets the ball screen. Out to DeRozan. Wide open corner 3 is off. Celtics the other way. Here is Jaylen Brown. Dishes it out to Pritchard, who gets it stolen away by Zach LaVine. Bulls struggling to find an open look. Shot clock running down, and the wild shot misses. Brown around the Porzingis screen, pulls up, knocks down the shot from the mid-range. DeRozan left side. Williams comes off the screen, catches, drives to the basket, blocked by Porzingis from behind. And Williams is down on the ground, clutching his wrist. He's in pain. And 1.5 minutes into this game, Patrick Williams is going to have to exit. He's helped off the court by LaVine and DeRozan as they check to make sure he's okay. And Dalen Terry comes in relief. Porzingis slapped him hard on the wrist, and that is an obvious foul call that the refs missed. I guess you could argue that he got the ball first, but man, what a devastating blow for the Bulls. If he can't return to this game, we're going to be down our 2 best defensive players. I was planning to have Williams spend some time guarding all 3 of the Celtics star players, that being Porzingis, Tatum, and Brown. But we're going to have to find another option. Zach LaVine, contested 3, is off. And Porzingis, he's guarded by DeRozan there, and he scores easily. And before we even score a basket, Billy Donovan wants to talk things over. And the only option I see for guarding a 7'3" power forward is to put Nikola Vucevic at the 4. We're going to go with our 2 center lineup once again. We're still number 1 in the power rankings, but that's a little bit of a surprise, honestly. The Celtics have been flat out better recently. Zach LaVine, guarded by Jaylen Brown, stonewalls him. Dosunmu back at the top of the key. Tries to force it inside to Drummond, deflected. Peyton Pritchard misses the 3. DeRozan. Vucevic out to LaVine, wide open in the corner, gets the 3 to fall. We're finally on the board. Tatum, nice crossover, aggressive drive, draws the foul from Dosunmu, scoring through contact. That was a pretty crossover by Tatum as he converts the 3-point play. Vucevic outside, guarded by Porzingis. Passes inside to Dosunmu, off the cut. LaVine finds space at the free throw line, nails the jumper. Tatum to Porzingis, wide open, and we get away with that one. A Brown Porzingis pick and roll. Porzingis wide open again. Nothing doing. LaVine thought about the 3. Passes inside to the post. Vucevic fades away and misses. A low-scoring affair so far in Chicago. Jason Tatum gets going with the catch-and-shoot 3. Off the assist from Jaylen Brown. LaVine collapses the defense and gets Dosunmu open for 3. Brown isolating, creates space and swisses the J. LaVine, top of the key, driving inside, passes to Drummond, who contorts his body for a crazy shot. I don't think he's capable of that in real life. Tatum steps back and drives around DeRozan, gets the floater to go off the glass. Dosunmu coming off the screen, and so is Zach LaVine. Back out to Drummond, and shot clock winding down once again. And a bad look for the Bulls offense. Porzingis getting his dribble moves on, and it's a tough shot. Unicorn stuff right there. Peyton Pritchard drives around Dosunmu. A nice drop off to Robert Williams, the Time Lord. Bulls down 8. 7 minutes in. DeRozan, right side, guarded by Tatum. Hits a heavily contested fadeaway. Now Tatum scores on him right back. Timeout Chicago. That's already their second one used. Dosunmu driving on Malcolm Brogdon. Hamidou Diallo has checked in, and he immediately gets called for the offensive foul. A little reckless with the drive, and Williams was waiting right there for him. Al Horford toughing it out through an injury, misses the three there. Diallo bowls over Williams again, but this time it's called on Robert Williams. Ayo Dosunmu dishes out to Diallo, who passes up the open three and gets a better shot. Malcolm Brogdon scores inside. Dosunmu threads the needle to Zach LaVine, who is fouled by Williams. That's his second, and he will have to exit. O'Shea Brissett enters the game for Boston. Drummond cleans up a miss. He's guarded by Al Horford. He sends Dosunmu on a cut, gives it to him, and he scores with the English. Diallo guarding Brogdon now, and Brogdon rises up off the screen and scores from range. Diallo fouled, and he misses both free throws. This time Diallo tried to pass it out to LaVine, but put too much mustard on it. Al Horford, he's fouled by Drummond, converts both free throws. Marko Simonovic rolling to the basket, and one. He converts. Simonovic now out in transition. That's his thing. And he gets another bucket. Brogdon out to Pritchard. Horford in the post. Fades away and swishes. He's hobbling out there, clutching his hip, but he's making it work as Vucevic gets an uncontested dunk off the pick and roll. Pick and pop for Horford. His three no good. Clock winding down in the first quarter. Dosunmu, the fake spin move, gets to the rack, and his layup hung on the rim but didn't fall. Second quarter, Zach LaVine misses from the left corner. Porzingis off a screen, knocks down the three. And that was Justin Lewis guarding him in his NBA debut. Torrey Craig left open, makes him pay from deep. Now he blocks Jason Tatum. Passes up court to Carter. Hits a cutting Justin Lewis, who is fouled. The third on Robert Williams the third. And the undrafted rookie has his first point in the NBA. Lewis converts both free throws. Now DeRozan guarding Tatum. Contests the three, but Porzingis with the rebound. Ball back in Tatum's hands. Gets right around DeRozan and jams it in. Jaylen Brown bothered on his three-point attempt, and Justin Lewis grabs the rebound. DeRozan out to Hamidou Diallo. Carter on the left side. Receives the screen from Vucevic. Bulls passing it around. And the Celtics half-court defense not allowing anything easy. But Vucevic hit both free throws there. Tatum isolating on the right side. Vucevic giving help. Tatum dribbling out to Porzingis. Hits another three. Celtics up by 5. Carter whips it to Vucevic, who hits one as the shot clock expires. Peyton Pritchard, off-balance three, bounces over the top of the backboard. Simonovic throws it right to Jaylen Brown. Nice idea, though. Tatum catches, fires, and hits. Justin Lewis delivers to DeRozan on the backdoor cut, and now he's got his first assist of his career. Pritchard fumbling the ball into the hands of Jalen Carter. DeRozan in transition finds Diallo wide open in the corner. Can't hit it. Brown to Williams. Desperation shot is good. Bulls still down 5. Ball passed around the perimeter. DeRozan left side, snakes around the screen, and he's fouled. Hits both free throws. Porzingis off the screen, taking his time, shooting and scoring. But Peyton Pritchard in pain now. And it looks like the Celtics are going to have to go without 2 of their point guards. And Malcolm Brogdon is going to have to shoulder the load for the time being. Simonovic backing down Tatum. He's fouled and hits both. Porzingis coming off that same screen, missing this time. Ayo out to DeRozan in the corner. Simonovic, guarded by 2 guys, tries to shoot over him and misses. Simonovic guarding Tatum now. Robert Williams steps into an open mid-range jumper. Malcolm Brogdon inside to Robert Williams for the dunk. Williams has 3 fouls, but he's staying in there anyway, and he's played very well so far. DeRozan misses. Celtics up 8. Dosunmu still guarding Brogdon. Forces the miss, but Horford, hustle on the glass, gets the second chance bucket. A careless turnover, and Sam Hauser drills the long 2 in transition. 12-point game now. Levine rejects the screen, backing down Hauser, fading away, and scoring. Brogdon knifes through the defense for the layup. Vucevic in the post, sets up Levine for the flush. A pretty play there, as we have an update on Peyton Pritchard. He's going to miss 1 to 2 weeks with a sprained wrist. However, still no update on Patrick Williams. Al Horford hits from the top of the key. Now DeRozan, guarded by Horford. Horford was playing very good defense there, but we get bailed out by a 3-second violation on Robert Williams. We try the same play again, but Sam Hauser stops it. Levine misses that shot, well defended by Hauser. O'Shea Brissett, guarded by Dalen Terry, and Dosunmu smothers the shot from Brogdon. Breakaway layup. Dosunmu with a defensive highlight there, and he somehow manages to get quite a bit of blocks for his height. Brogdon, tough floater inside. Levine left corner, doesn't hit the 3. Dosunmu pushing it in transition. Vucevic inside, drop steps, cannot score over Horford. O'Shea Brissett, good for 3. Backdoor cut, DeRozan. Levine open in the corner again, and this time he converts. Brogdon fouled, and he scores anyway. The reigning 6th man of the year with a nice bucket. He converts the 3-point play, and the Celtics are up 15. DeRozan inside to Terry. Gets Brissett to bite on the pump fake, and he scores. The missed 3 from Brogdon. Dosunmu, wasting no time, gets all the way to the basket for an and one. He does not complete it though. 5 seconds remain in the half. Brogdon with the heave. It goes! At the halftime buzzer. Gives the Celtics a 14-point lead. And he's got 15 points in 12 minutes off the bench. So yeah, the Celtics are really tough to beat. Porzingis and Tatum are a problem, but now we got to worry about Malcolm Brogdon too. But if we lose this game, we'll still have 2 more chances to secure our number 1 seed. Also, the number 4 through number 7 seeds are within 1 game of each other. That's going to be really interesting to see how it shakes out. But that was a poor second quarter for the Bulls, outscored by 10. Kristaps Porzingis spins and scores inside to kick off the third. Levine misses up close, ball batted around into the hands of Brown. Nice pick and roll for Boston. Tatum and Porzingis showing the chemistry they've built over the course of the season. They've got a lot of ground to cover, down by 18. As Levine passes to DeRozan, and Tatum beat him to the spot. A steal for Tatum leads to the Williams dunk on the breakaway. DeRozan loses the ball again, but Vucevic saves it. Offense looking a little bit broken right now as Levine runs out of bounds. Celtics ball. Tatum in the high post. Gives it to Sam Hauser, who spots up for 3. DeRozan around the Vucevic screen. Williams blocks Vucevic at the rim. And we have still not scored in the third quarter. Brown, guarded by Dosunmu, finds space behind the screen and knocks it down. A 3 for Brown makes it a 26-point game. The miss from DeRozan, but Levine takes off for the dunk to score our first basket of the quarter. Sam Hauser actually running the point guard right now, and he delivers a nice feed to Robert Williams inside. Brown fouls Zach LaVine, who knocks down the free throws. And then Brown loses his man and hits another 3. Dosunmu could not hook up with DeRozan, and he throws it out of bounds. Tatum faces up from the post and scores. Poor defense there. Poor offense too, as it's a 19-4 run to start the third quarter. Hopefully, Levine's 3 can stop the bleeding. Celtics are just on fire. Porzingis, 3-pointer. 32-point game before you can blink. And I've had enough. We lose a must-win game, 136-117, and we could not recover from the injury to Patrick Williams 1 minute into the game. Seemed like the entire team couldn't miss from 3, as they hit 19 of them tonight. All year long, we had one of the best defenses, but no Holiday, no Williams. What do you know? We have a bad defense now. And that problem is not going to go away anytime soon. Williams broke his right wrist, and he's going to miss 4 to 6 weeks. That likely means all of our first-round playoff series, and maybe the second one too. Not entirely sure what to do with the rotation now as we play Cleveland next. Maybe the best course of action is just starting Vucevic at the 4 long term and Drummond at the 5. But I'm going to experiment by sliding the veteran Markieff Morris into the starting lineup for this game. Drew Holiday, still not ready to go for this game, but he is day to day. There is a chance he can return for the final game against Boston. We need our stars to step up more than ever right now. The pressure is mounting, but this is where the stars are supposed to shine the brightest. So, I'm changing my offensive focus to play through star. Again, all we need to do is win one more game, but those 2 games just so happen to be against our 2 toughest opponents. I'm starting to question if this team has what it takes right now to beat those 2 teams shorthanded. This is absolutely crazy. There are scenarios with 2 games left in the season for any of the Bulls, Celtics, or Cavs to win the number 1 seed, and they're all playing each other. I think this is unprecedented. Believe it or not, this was very tedious. I managed to lay out every single possible scenario for the top 3 seeds. So the Celtics play the Spurs and us, and then the Cavs play us and then the Pacers. There are 16 different possible outcomes for the final 2 games for these 3 teams, and I've color-coded each outcome for which team is getting the number 1 seed in that outcome. There was a lot of complicated tiebreaker rules to weed through, but when it comes down to it, the Bulls control their own destiny, and the only outcome in which they don't get the number 1 seed is if they lose out. Obviously, I'm not going to explain every single one of these scenarios in detail, but feel free to pause the video if you want to read through them. But we finished first place in 12 out of these 16 scenarios. The Celtics finished in first place in 3 of them, and the Cavs, only 1 scenario. So they need a lot to go their way. But it all starts with beating us, and we can make things a lot simpler if we come out on top. The play-in situation in the East is a jumbled mess in and of itself. The number 5, 6, and 7 seeds could change a lot in the coming days, with the odd one out being forced to fight for their playoff lives in the play-in tournament. Right now, the 76ers are going to have to fight an uphill battle to avoid that scenario. The Magic have clinched a spot in the play-in, while the Pacers, Nets, and Bucks are fighting tooth and nail for those last 2 spots. Nothing much has changed in the West since the last time I checked. Lakers, Grizz, and Clips still the top 3, with the Warriors tied with the Clippers, but losing the tiebreaker. The defending champion Nuggets seem locked into the 6th seed, while the Kings, Rockets, and Pelicans have all clinched play-in spots. We're set to go against the Cavs at long last. If we lose, it opens up a big can of worms, scraping and clawing until an abysmal 4th quarter, and we cannot get the job done at home. Offense and defense struggled mightily, and the Cavs keep their hopes for the number 1 seed alive. Well, we've had many chances to lock up the 1st seed, and we've capitalized on none of them. But we find ourselves with one final chance to do so on the final day of the regular season. The Celtics have been on an absolute rampage, and they've gone 9-1 in their last 10, while we're only 3-7. We were number 1 in the power rankings for almost the entire year, but that narrative is changing quickly. We're no longer the best defense or point differential, as the Celtics outscore their opponents by 9.7 points a night. The best defense is actually the Clippers, who have a healthy Kawhi Leonard now. Well, most things have not gone our way lately, but when we need it the most, we catch an enormous break. Drew Holiday is healthy and ready to go for the season finale. No minutes restriction, no nothing. He is back at the helm of this offense and defense. And we're going back to the 2 center lineup, starting Vucevic at the 4. It does come with some disadvantages, but I think it's our only shot at not getting manhandled by Kristaps Porzingis. Before we tip off versus Boston, it's time to check the results of the other 2 key games. The Celtics beat the Spurs to tie us at 54-27. And the Cavs could not get the job done against the Pacers, finishing the season at 53-29. The Cavs held tiebreakers on both us and the Celtics, but since they couldn't make it to 54 wins, they're going to be locked into the number 3 seed, which means the winner of the Bulls-Celtics game gets the number 1 seed, and the loser gets the number 2. With all of that said, it's go time. The 2 best records in the NBA. One last clash of the Titans before the postseason. With Derek White and Peyton Pritchard both out for the Celtics, Malcolm Brogdon enters the starting lineup. He caught fire in the last game, and we're going to have to make sure that doesn't happen again. Andre Drummond and Robert Williams at center court, and Williams wins the tip for Boston. Jason Tatum immediately attacking. Spins, shoots the floater, missed but tapped back in by Porzingis. And we need to pull out all the stops for this game. We can't keep doing what we're doing if it's not working. So I'm making the decision to put our best defender on their best scorer. Drew Holiday is going to be guarding Jason Tatum tonight, while DeMar DeRozan will be matched up with Jaylen Brown. Drew Holiday back in uniform for the first time in many weeks. In another world, he's playing for the Celtics, not the Bulls. But not this one, as DeMar DeRozan draws the foul on Tatum. DeRozan at the line, and he gets the Bulls on the board. Always good for your top scorer to see the ball go through the basket early, as he hits both there. Tatum double teamed, and Drummond with the good help defense. DeRozan inside, stonewalled by Porzingis. Kristaps taking it up the court. And he finds Jaylen Brown wide open. That's bad defense. DeRozan struggling to shake Tatum. Misses the contested pull-up. Brown open for 3 again. This time doesn't convert, but Williams is there. Holiday inside to Andre Drummond. Misses from point-blank range. Boston up 7-2. And Porzingis, hounded by Vucevic. A wild step-back shot falls through. There is no way to defend that, except, I suppose, if you're Victor Wembanyama. Holiday might be shaking off the rust, committing a bad turnover. Levine, pick and roll. Out to Holiday for 3. Yes! First field goal of the night for the Bulls. Tatum out to Brown. Williams at the elbow. Brogdon off a screen. Misses the 3. Holiday, nice dish to DeRozan for the dunk. Those two picking back up where they left off. Brogdon guarded by Levine. Porzingis open from the left wing. We got lucky there. DeRozan passed up the layup. Holiday out to Levine. Misses the 3. Good to have Holiday back, as the offense just feels different with him. Levine, a nice step-through shot, no good, but cleaned back up by Nikola Vucevic. Malcolm Brogdon drives baseline and flushes it through. Holiday delivers to DeRozan again for the easy lay. DeRozan screens for Holiday now, and they connect once more. I might need to use DeRozan as a roll man more, as Brogdon was well defended by Holiday, who gets all the way out in transition and hits the layup. Holiday making a clear impact early. Nice drive from Jaylen Brown. Bulls making an effort to play faster. A long inbounds pass. Out to DeRozan, and he's fouled by Sam Hauser. Bulls up to an early 4-point lead. Luke Cornett in the game. He's got the ball outside. Now O'Shea Brissett. Passed around to Al Horford on the other side of the court. Misses that 3-ball. Levine up to Vucevic. The drop step opens up the easy transition lay-in. Celtics need a timeout as we've gone on a nice little run. Sam Hauser had his foot inside the line but hit the shot. Holiday to Levine, who's isolating on O'Shea Brissett. Nice pass inside to Vucevic, but Luke Cornett with good defense. Shot clock winding down for Boston, but Cornett gets free at the last second. Holiday guarded by Cornett. Drives inside, kicks it to Vucevic. Holiday with it again on the perimeter. The screen from Dalen Terry. Holiday skips it to Vucevic for 3. Vucevic with 7 points. Horford knocks it down from range over Holiday. Levine out to Dosunmu. Left corner 3 rims out. Tightly contested first quarter so far. Malcolm Brogdon gets the screen from Cornett. Cornett gives it back out to Brogdon from the top of the key. Knocks down the 3. Dalen Terry. His 3 rattles out. Sam Hauser gets open on the left side, misses the 3, but Luke Cornett waiting for the rebound. Unfortunately, I don't think the Cornett contest is in the game as Levine spins around his defender and elevates for the double clutch slam. Bulls only down 1. Sam Hauser to Luke Cornett, who scores inside. First quarter winding down. Dalen Terry finds Holiday. Wide open in the corner, converts again. Holiday guarding Brogdon with Tatum on the bench. Al Horford misses from the top. 6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Holiday trying to shake Brogdon. He pump fakes, spins, and lays it in, giving the Bulls the lead. That was a lightning quick move, but he can't get back on defense in time to contest the Brogdon jumper. Final possession of the first quarter. Holiday misses the layup, and it's tied. So much on the line for these two teams, and it could very well go down to the wire as Ayo Dosunmu gets to the basket and misses the layup. He hits DeRozan on a cut, and DeRozan goes to the line, and he's got 12 points. Rob Williams hands it off to Sam Hauser on a nifty little play, opening up the wide open layup. Hamidou Diallo pump fakes and scores. Brown posting up DeRozan, spins, fades away, and hits it off the glass. 33-33. Dosunmu kicks to Terry. Skips it back to Dosunmu. Diallo in the corner. Drives, still nothing there. Great team defense from the Boston Celtics, and it leads to a block shot by Jason Tatum. That's championship level defense right there. They were looking like a single-celled organism. Brown's layup bounces off, gets his own rebound, out to Tatum for 3. Defense turning to offense for the Boston Celtics. A long pass, and Diallo couldn't hold on. But then he pokes it out from Tatum. Lobs it to DeRozan, whose layup hangs on the rim and falls off. Bulls tried to get too fancy there, and you can't be doing that in a game as important as this. Dosunmu in transition to Drummond. He thought about the jumper, not his game. DeRozan guarded by Hauser. And the offensive 3 seconds ends the possession. Ball stripped again by Diallo. Diallo running the floor and receives from Dosunmu. Jaylen Brown, 3 rattles out. Dosunmu lobs it inside to DeRozan, but Jaylen Brown bothers him. Porzingis, guarded by 2, doesn't matter. DeRozan's been getting to the line a lot, and that's a good way to score. He tried the Euro step, and it was denied by Rob Williams. Sam Hauser to Jason Tatum, knocks the 3 down in Diallo's face. Diallo open for 3 again, didn't even think about it. DeRozan on the other side, no good. Celtics up by 6. Bad transition defense, giving up the and 1 to Jaylen Brown. Boston's not an easy place to play. It can be easy to lose focus, and the Bulls did there. Holiday turns around, scores again. 12 points in 13 minutes in his return from injury. Brown to Williams on the roll. 46-37 Celtics. Holiday opened up a passing lane to Terry, but he stepped out of bounds in doing so. Porzingis with the post catch, and Dalen Terry has no chance defending that. Another efficient start for Porzingis, 4 for 5 shooting. DeRozan trying to beat him with quickness. He can't. Holiday inside to Vucevic. Nice feed. 9-point game as Porzingis cuts to the basket for another score. DeRozan out to Levine. Open in the corner. Can't convert. Brown to Tatum in transition. We got away with it. Terry tried to pass to Levine, but it was inaccurate. Well, we already know the fate of the Cavaliers, but the dust has settled on the majority of the Eastern Conference. The Hawks secured home court advantage over the Knicks. The Pacers clinched a play-in spot with their win over the Cavs. And the Raptors have yet to play their final game, as they sit just half a game behind the Sixers. Offensive rebound, Vucevic, putback slam. 50-41. O'Shea Brissett, left all on his own on the left side, knocks down the 3. DeMar DeRozan steps into a comfortable free throw line jumper. Brown heavily contested on his 3. Holiday wants to find DeRozan inside, but he found him too late. Holiday guarded by Brogdon. Pick and roll to Vucevic. Fouled by Luke Cornett. Pick and rolls are really fun to run with Drew Holiday, as Vucevic hits 1 of 2. Brogdon lobs it, and it's stolen by Vucevic. Holiday and DeRozan on the break. DeRozan fouled. Boston 1 foul away from the penalty, as they throw another bad pass, this time stolen by Marko Simonovic. Drummond on the break. Throws it straight to O'Shea Brissett. Bulls have 8 turnovers as Brissett finds Brogdon for 3. Celtics up 10. Levine being Brogdon in the head with the pass. Brogdon catches it, spins, passes to Jaylen Brown in the corner, hits the 3 and the foul. That was one of the most hilarious bounces I've ever seen. Off of his head and right into his hands. And Jaylen Brown cannot complete the 4-point play. Bulls getting up court in a hurry. Levine slams it off the assist from Holiday. Zach LaVine commits his third foul of the half. And it was not a smart one, as it gives 2 free points to Luke Cornett. Holiday to DeRozan, open in the corner. This time he hits it. 19 points in the first half for DeRozan. Brown drop stepping. 2-hand volleyball blocked by Drummond. Right back to Brown. He's crowded in the paint, and he was in the paint for too long. Drummond has not had his usual rebounding impact, but he blocks the shot there. Celtics trapping DeRozan. Hits LaVine inside, who is fouled by Horford. Free throw is good for LaVine. He's made some exciting plays, but overall a quiet statistical day for him. Brogdon inside, passes to Cornett, and another 3-second violation on the Celtics. LaVine is fouled, and the Bulls are definitely playing at a more urgent pace. Brogdon with it at the top. They want the 2-for-1. Horford wide open on the pick and pop. LaVine out to DeRozan. And DeMar finds LaVine, but the pass was inaccurate. Simonovic screens for LaVine backwards, and LaVine rises up, knocks down the 3. Interesting strategy there from Simonovic. Clock winding down on the half. Brogdon hit the buzzer beater last game, and he does it again. Are you serious? It's getting ridiculous at this point, as the Jabberwockies somehow managed to make it to every NBA game. For the person who said they wanted to see a little more of their routine, there you go. Maybe I'll show even more next time. Bulls down 8 at the half, and it's been an exciting one. More high-scoring game than we've become accustomed to with the Bulls. And it hasn't been a perfect outing, but Jrue Holiday seems to be giving us a little bit more of a chance. But we couldn't lock down the #1 seed in Chicago. Now we have to do it in Boston, and it's going to be an uphill battle. Jason Tatum steals the inbounds pass. Brown, open in the corner, hits the 3. DeRozan open in the mid-range, swishes it. Porzingis, draped by Vucevic, still hits it. Simonovic screens for Jrue as he replaces Andre Drummond to start the second half. Holiday loses the ball. Brogdon up court to Porzingis, stops and pops and scores. And it's been a bad start to the half. Holiday to DeRozan. Screen from Simonovic. Free throw line jumper, no good. Brown coming off a screen. Good defensive recovery from Zach LaVine. LaVine crosses over in transition. DeRozan spots up from the corner and hits another 3. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and for DeRozan, that means shooting the 3 ball, as Jason Tatum does that pretty well. Simonovic wasn't ready for the pass, and he turns it over to Boston. Celtics up 14. Porzingis is fouled, and nothing much else Vucevic could do there. He makes a 6'11 center look like a dwarf, as he's got 17 points, leading the Celtics. LaVine navigating, and he missed a wide open Vucevic, but Vucevic gets it anyway off the block shot. Brogdon, pass outside to Porzingis, to Tatum for 3. When Tatum's on his game, they usually win. DeRozan wants Holiday on a backdoor cut, but Holiday misses the dunk. And out of frustration, he commits the transition take foul, gifting Jason Tatum a free throw. Tatum does not convert though. 82-65. DeRozan knocks it free, back to Tatum though. And Tatum misses the layup, gets his own rebound, out to Porzingis, no good. And then Holiday makes a bad pass. Gives it right back to the Celtics. Porzingis inside. Out to Brogdon. No one around him. He dials one from deep. Lead up to 20. Vucevic, open look for three, no good. Porzingis can't hit that one. Rebound, Williams. Follow-up slam. DeRozan, nice backdoor cut. Holiday with the feed. DeRozan fades away, hits the shot over Brogdon. But we just can't seem to hang with the Celtics in the third quarter. That one also should have gone for Porzingis. We're giving up way too many open threes. Simonovic launches. No, and the rebound bounces off of Vucevic's hand. Brogdon off the screen. Almost went in. Ayo to Drew Holiday, trailing three, no good. A nightmare third quarter. Holiday pump fakes and scores to cut the deficit to 16. Tatum coming off the down screen. Yes, sir. Dosunmu in the corner, blows past Hauser for the dunk. Now Holiday on the left side. DeRozan left open again. He's got the Gatorade symbol, but it doesn't matter. Hits the three to get to 31 points. Porzingis scores inside, and that was atrocious defense. Dosunmu finds daylight for an open shot, and he hits it. Back down to 14. Holiday up top. Dosunmu hands off to Dalen Terry. Now Holiday, a pick and roll. Snakes to the basket and scores, drawing contact from Al Horford. A really nice return from Holiday. 17 points, 13 assists. Brogdon drives baseline again, and he just finds a way to score every time. Holiday pulls up, misses the open shot. Holiday guarding Brogdon, and Brogdon hits the floater. 19 points for him. Terry left open, right wing three, count it. The sophomore delivering in a time of need. Holiday, in an over-aggressive contest, fouls Brogdon on the three, and the president converts all three at the free throw line. Levine misses another three. Rebound Simonovic. Levine guarded by Hauser. Takes the screen. Pick and roll to Vucevic, who scores inside. Dosunmu with the outlet pass to Levine, who scores with 23 seconds remaining in the third. 11-point game. Levine trying to make it single digits heading into the fourth. Got a good look, but it didn't fall. 99-88. And that's the most points I've allowed to a team in three quarters in a long time. Tatum kicks off the fourth quarter with a dunk. Simonovic, another corner three. Off target. Porzingis' corner three, blocked by Andre Drummond. Chicago looking for a quick basket. Levine gets Tatum jumping, and skies for the slam over Porzingis. Cocked it all the way back behind his head. And wow, he almost took off from outside the painted area. What a dunk. Keeps the Bulls in it, down by 11. Tatum, long range three. That was from Foxborough. Levine steps back. No good for three. Rebound, Drummond. And there's the Drummond we know. A forceful follow-up flush, but then Tatum answers with a three. Dosunmu fires from the corner and hits. Usually high-stakes games like this are defensive struggles, but these offenses are firing on all cylinders. Loose ball foul on Kristaps Porzingis. Levine gets all the way to the cup and blocked off the backboard by Porzingis, and he scores on the other end. Levine off the screen. He misses. Rebound Tatum. Not an efficient night from Levine. Tatum left alone for three. We're not going to win if we keep giving up those shots. DeRozan guarded by Tatum. Again, can't get around him. Holiday back to DeRozan in the right corner. Steps back and hits the shot with Tatum's hand in his face. 6 for 7 shooting for DeRozan in the second half, and he's got 33 points. Missed shot from Tatum. They give it back to DeRozan. They're leaning on him. Holiday fires. No good. Rebound Drummond. Putback slam. Brown off from three, and another rebound for Drummond. It took time, but now he's back to controlling the glass. He throws a long pass to DeRozan, and he's gassed. He needs to take a break this possession. Levine with it. He drives, and he's fouled by Brown. Both foul shots good. That makes it 8. Williams gets Drummond off his feet and scores. DeMar wants another ISO on Tatum. Gets around him, but Tatum recovers for the contest. Porzingis wants to score. Gets around Vucevic and lays it in. Levine steps back, pump fakes, and hits a three. Williams inside, guarded by Drummond. His layup misses, and then he comes back for more. That's just demoralizing for the Bulls as Williams just physically overpowered him. Vucevic gets to the line. Only makes 1 of 2. Can he keep his head in the game? Tatum freed up by a screen, but misses from range. Holiday draws the whistle on the Time Lord. He converts both at the line. Can we get it to within 8? We just haven't been able to do that, as a tired DeRozan misses the gimme. He finds Levine in the corner. That one should have gone as well. Vucevic up court to Drummond. Tatum defending well, but Levine gets free, spots up from the mid-range. It's a 6-point game, finally. But not for long, as Williams with another forceful slam, and the Bulls take a timeout to rest. If we're going to come back, it needs to happen now. Holiday inside, out to Vucevic. Levine off the screen, earns free throws. Porzingis' third foul, and he hits both. Malcolm Brogdon's played nearly the whole game as he's their only available point guard. Tatum inside to Porzingis for the slam. 25 points for Porzingis now. Under 3 minutes to go now. DeRozan out to Levine. He pump fakes and drives, spins, and hits the one-handed shot over Brown. Tatum uses a screen from Porzingis and hits from the mid-range. Levine drawing help in the middle. Holiday open on the left side for three, and it's a 5-point game, the closest it's been in a while. Porzingis answers, and that's nearly back-breaking. TD Garden in a frenzy. DeMar draws another foul, giving the Bulls time to collect themselves. Bulls in a zone, and Tatum dissects it, dropping it off to Malcolm Brogdon for the easy lay. Missed desperation three from Levine, and things are looking bleak. Holiday reaching in, Tatum open, bang! That three makes it an 11-point game with 1 minute remaining. Levine feeds Drummond for the dunk, and 35 seconds on the clock. Vucevic open, they needed that, they did not get it. And Boston walks away with the win and the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Bulls let it slip away from under their feet. And the Celtics and all their fans in the Boston Garden feeling like $1 million heading into postseason play. Chicago completes their epic collapse, and while injuries may have been a factor, there's no excuse for what just happened. They lost a flurry of winnable games when all they had to do was just win one more to put it away. But they just never did, and by the time they finally started playing with some urgency, the odds were no longer in their favor. It's a tall ask to beat a red-hot Boston team in their own house, and they really should have just never put themselves in this position in the first place. But we got solid contributions on offense from our 4 best players, but our hands were full trying to guard Porzingis, Brown, Tatum, and Brogdon too, as he puts another nice stat line up, 25 and 10 against us. I mean, he's definitely a certified bucket getter, but he turns into prime Chris Paul every time he plays us. But we give up 130 points to the Celtics in back-to-back meetings, and we just could not stop their long-range attack. They hit 19 threes tonight, and they comfortably won the turnover battle as well. Well, we end the regular season of Season 1 with a bad taste in our mouths, but we gotta move on. It's time to check out the awards, and Luka Doncic won the MVP award by a pretty wide margin, shooting over 44% from three-point land, and he had the most complete stat line out of anyone in the league by far. Not lacking in team success either. Scoot Henderson of the Blazers took home the Rookie of the Year award, and he looks like a stud offensively and defensively. Once he figures out that three-point shot, look out. Walker Kessler has 3.5 stocks per game on the season, and that's enough to take home Defensive Player of the Year in his second season. And I tell you, him and Jalen Duren, both going to have really long, fruitful careers. But Kessler actually beats out Duren for the Most Improved Player award as well. And one of them was an All-Star, and the other one Defensive Player of the Year, so take your pick, I guess. Kessler probably deserved it more, though. Kind of refreshing to see a guy whose primary strength isn't scoring win Sixth Man of the Year. And TJ McConnell just did that, averaging 9.6 assists and 1.4 steals. A nice season for him. I gotta wonder if we had won one of those games and kept the #1 seed, would Billy Donovan have been Coach of the Year? I guess we'll never know, but Joe Mazzulla rightfully wins it. He navigated through a long-term Jason Tatum injury and completed a furious comeback to swipe away first place. Jalen Brunson puts a cherry on top of his fantastic season with all NBA first team honors. Trae Young joins him in the backcourt, while Luka, Giannis, and Jokic round it out. Still no LeBron to be found, as Zion, Paul George, Joel Embiid, Dame Lillard, and Darius Garland make up the second team. Let's go! DeMar DeRozan, third team All-NBA. He is joined by Tyrese Halliburton, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, and Josh Giddey. Not LeBron James. Josh Giddey. The Slob Wizard did have his best season to date, as I think he's the only player other than Luka and Jokic to come anywhere close to averaging a triple-double. But his team went 33-49, while the Lakers are first in the West. LeBron did have a bad season by his standards, though, which is still pretty good. He had his worst field goal percentage since his rookie year, which is also the last time he missed the All-Star team. But come on, man, are you really going to deny my glorious king his basic right of making the All-NBA team? He's probably using this as motivation to go zero dark 23-30 mode or whatever. Not a whole lot of surprises on the all-rookie first team. The top 4 picks all make it. And then Chet Holmgren, the number 2 pick from a year ago, also made it. The Thompson twins both look really good. And 2 Trailblazers also made it, with Chris Murray making the second team, Taylor Hendricks, Nick Smith, and Cam Whitmore. Wemby made first team all-defense as a rookie, but he still didn't win Rookie of the Year. Impressive to see Anthony Edwards there as well. Scoot Henderson also made all-defense, and he also led his team to far more wins, which is probably what put him over the top for the Rookie of the Year. Not sure why Shai didn't show up the last time I checked this, but Shai Gilgeous-Alexander takes home the per-game scoring crown. Only 59 games played, though. Trae Young played all 82 games, and he scored the most total points. Not the first time he's done that. And finally, we can look at the complete final playoff bracket. Trae Young will look to terrorize Knicks fans at the Garden once again, as they have a rematch set up. The Raptors and Cavs will be squaring off, and Luka versus the Clippers will have yet another installment. The Warriors actually won 6 straight games to finish the season, jumping ahead of the Clippers and the Grizzlies. And now at the number 3 seed, the Grizzlies will be matched up with the Nuggets. We're not going to know our playoff opponent until the play-in tournament shakes out, but I plan on covering all these series and following them pretty closely as we go. So the Raptors won their final game and jumped ahead of the Sixers, bumping the Sixers back to the play-in. They have a matchup with the Magic, and the loser of that game will play the winner of Indiana versus Brooklyn. So the Bucks actually ended up missing the playoffs in their first year with Dame Lillard. I plan on jumping into these play-in games and getting some highlights for you all, just so we can get a feel for who we're going up against. On the west side, the Kings will play the Rockets, and the Pelicans and Blazers are hoping to steal one of their spots. Finally, this episode is going to come to a close. This was a really hard episode for me to pull off. I spent hours editing it. I actually had to pre-record the footage before going on a family trip, and then had to weed through everything to put together a cohesive story. But I hope it turned out alright. While it wasn't easy, it was definitely filled with entertainment, and it's probably the episode I'm most proud of and most excited to put out. I see my channel growing ever so slightly every video I put out, and it's really rewarding to see that there are people who appreciate my hard work on this. Thank you to everyone who watches, and a special thank you to everyone who comments. Comments are greatly appreciated, especially ones that give feedback and ones that show close attention and engagement. But I'm really excited to bring these playoffs to you guys, and I'm excited to see what's in store for the team. And I hope you are too. That's going to do it for me. Please leave a like and subscribe, comment, recommend me to a friend, anything you're comfortable with. But thank you so much. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I'll see you guys in the next one when we begin the 2024 playoffs. Take care, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.